what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about heating your garage or your workspace and how to stay nice and warm this winter while you're working on your bikes. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure that little bell icon right next to that's checked off. That way you get notified every time I upload. Then you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today, we're talking about how to keep yourself nice and warm while you're working in your garage or your workspace during the coming winter here. So let's go with some basics of what my shop currently is. So I've posted some shop tour videos before, most of them are live videos. That way you guys can see what kind of improvements I've made to my garage and my shop here. So obviously my garage is about a 2-car garage. It's on the larger side of a 2-car garage, it's about 400 square foot. There's very little, if any, insulation in here. I think my connecting wall on that side is insulated, and I have 2 panels of insulation over here, and that's it. There's not very much insulation in this garage, and I live here in Reno, Nevada, where it gets down pretty cold sometimes. So I've been working in this garage for, how long has it been now? 2 years? Yeah. So I've been in this house, working in this garage for 2 years. This is going on my 3rd winter here. I think I finally figured this out last year, how to keep myself nice and warm while I'm working in here. Extendedly on working on bikes, riding on the trainer, working on cars, whatever that might be, I found out how to keep myself nice and warm in here. So I'll start off with what I started with and what most of you probably have seen before. That's one of these little plug-in heaters here. Now these work really well for a smaller space. So like I said, I have a 400 square foot garage, 2-car garage. It's not insulated. It works okay. This is what I started off with because it was very inexpensive to start with. I think this one I paid like 25 bucks for it. This is a very inexpensive space heater, and it works well. It doesn't work great, it works well. The problem with this one was once it got below freezing, so about 32 degrees or so, this didn't do too much. It really wouldn't do too much unless you were standing directly in front of it within like 3 or 4 feet. That's about the only time that this guy would work. The other problem with this is it has a fan in here, so it pulls the air through a heating element, which then heats the air up and blows it up the other side. The problem with the fan is it is a little bit loud. So when I would do filming for you guys, and I would film in my garage, most of them I have to run this for like 15-20 minutes before I actually started the film, and then I have to shut it off, which then means my garage is gonna get cold, right? So that was kind of one of the downfalls of this. And then of course when it hits, you know, January, February, even March last year, this doesn't really do too much because it's below freezing most days. So this didn't do too much for me. So that's why this is my old one. The nice thing about this one here, so it plugged into a wall, so you could realistically run an extension cord or plug it into any kind of outlet and you'd be set to go. That was there. It has a tip over switch, so if it went to knock over, it would shut itself off, so it worked pretty good there. Did have multiple settings for the heat, a nice thermostat, so it worked really good. That's my thing with this. So if you have a smaller space, again, 400 square foot garage, a little big. I think this one's rated like 150 square foot is what they say. Well, this will keep warm consistently. So about like 100 square foot place, this one will work pretty good for you. However, last year I decided to upgrade this guy. And when I upgraded, I went a little bigger. This is my Mr. Heater Portable Buddy. This is like one of the things you've seen the most out there. You've seen a heater, this is probably the one you've seen. So this is a propane powered heater, very basic, has a nice automatic ignition here, and it works for indoors. It is indoor safe propane heater, which is great. It actually has a sensor on there. If it detects too much carbon monoxide in the air, it will shut itself off. So if that works, also if it tips over, it shuts the gas off so it'll turn off. It won't burn your house down. It's very nice things to have in a heater. So what do I like about this one? First off, it is way better at heating my place. This one will get to the point where if I have all my doors closed in my garage and this is running, about 15 minutes after I start this guy up, I gotta take my jacket off because I start to sweat. That's how hot this thing gets. It is nice, and it heats my 400 square foot garage up perfectly. I could work in here for hours on this thing and have no issues at all. So with this being a propane heater, you can tell it's probably made for one of these little guys right here. One of these 1-pound propane canisters. The nice disposable ones, you know, they work. They work fine. They work great. Really with this one, it's made just to screw in the side right here, and that's how it heats it up. The problem with these guys is with someone like me who works on cars and films and does all this stuff for hours and hours and hours in my garage, this guy only lasts for about a few hours. Because I run this guy on high, and realistically I don't break this out until it's consistently in the 40s and below. That's when I start to break this guy out. So right now, it's about 50 degrees outside. So I have this guy I just barely took out because it's starting to get a little colder and it's going to be needed one of these times. But when it's that cold, this dude just runs consistently. If I'm in the garage, this is running when it's that cold. So it blows through one of these in about 2 to 3 hours, it's out. So that's why I went away from these guys, because these are expensive. These guys are like $8 for 2. That's kind of expensive for a 1 pound single-use propane tank. You can refill them, but there's a lot easier way to that. So what I did after I went through my initial 2 1-pound containers, I went, this thing works great. I'm gonna make this a permanent fixture in my garage. I'm gonna have this for like as long as I can have it. So what I went ahead and did is, I bought a huge hose here. This hose actually screw into that same port on your heater here. And once you screw it out, you can then get this side here, and you can screw it into one of your big boy propane cans here. And that guy lasts a long time. I think I filled that up once last winter. And that propane tank is my kind of all-around use one. That goes for my grill, this, and everything else I need propane for. So that's kind of an all-purpose propane tank that didn't necessarily just get used for this. It got used for my grill. I cooked my turkey on it for Thanksgiving. So it gets used a lot. And it powered this guy with one fill-up the whole winter, no problem at all. And for me, me personally, I have a propane place right around the corner. I just go fill my propane up, and I'm set to go for another however long this thing will go. So I never had a problem with it warming up at all. So if you have a bigger garage or bigger workspace, somewhere around that 400 plus square foot, this guy is the way to go. One of these nice propane heaters, puts out amazing heat on it. I've never had a problem, never felt cold with this guy on. Even with the garage door, my big garage door all the way open, never felt cold. This thing is the way to go. So if you guys are interested in picking up one of these heaters, I'll have the link in the description down below. Highly recommend getting one of these propane heaters. Again, I'm not sponsored by this or anything. This is a trial and error deal for me of trying to find something that worked and kept me warm in my garage. Didn't let me freeze during the winter, because if you haven't watched my channel for a long time, guess what? A few years ago I was in Hawaii. So Hawaii to freezing cold winter, big difference there. So this thing kept me warm. It'll keep you warm too. Check it out in the description if you want to pick one up for yourselves. If you did enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Granted, sorry this isn't a bicycle related video. This is about keeping you guys warm and comfortable as you work on your own bike during the winter. So if you have any comments or questions, let me know down in the comments section below, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching today.